And basketball fans, a pleasant good evening from the Roosevelt Gym in Virginia for tonight's boys basketball matchup featuring the Barnum Bombers and the Virginia Blue Devils. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bob Cohn. Happy to have you join us tonight on Mediacom Public Access Channel 5 and also on our live stream at MasabiCommunityTV.com. Virginia and Barnum, a non-conference game. Junior varsity game tonight went to Virginia 49-33, so a nice victory for JV head coach Drew Aho. Taking a look at both of these teams, we'll first take a look at the Blue Devils. They come in, they're out of Section 7 2A. They are 6-18 on the season. They're averaging 60.5 points a game. Defensively, they're giving up 75 points, and they have lost 4 games in a row, so hoping to get back on that winning ways. Tonight, they've got 1 game remaining. That'll be Tuesday night, and we'll be right back here at the Roosevelt Gym with our live broadcast, our live stream, Tuesday night as they take on Deer River. Looking at the Blue Devils and their ranking right now and where they may end up as far as tournament play, that'll start in a week or so. Right now, they'll be seeded on March the 5th. The top 4 teams are already pretty much seeded. Esco, Pequot Lakes, Moose Lake, Willow River, and Crosby look like will be the top 4. Virginia sits somewhere between 9 and 12, meaning that they will not have a home game during the playoffs. They'll be taking on one of the teams that are in the 5 through 8 slot, and that's Greenway, Evelyn Gilbert, Two Harbors, and Aiken. So the Blue Devils will be going on the road, and they'll be playing the team that does finish number 8. Taking a look at the Barnum Bombers tonight, they come out of Section 5A, the Eastern subsection. They're 17-5 on the season. They're averaging 71 points a game, giving up 52, and they're coming off a big victory over Moose Lake, Willow River, 74-59. Meanwhile, they've got 3 games remaining on their schedule. Monday, they'll host Hinckley Finlayson. Then on Tuesday the 1st, they go to Rush City, and they close out on Friday the 4th at Two Harbors. They currently are the number 1 seed in 5A in the Eastern Division, and that's where they will sit. And probably they'll be matched up against, from the West, will be Nevis. Nevis on the QRF ranking is number 8 in the state, and they are 21-2 on the season. And it looks like Nevis and Barnum may be headed for a matchup for that Section 5A championship if all things go, and those two are by far the best 2 teams in Section 5A. Taking a look at our lineups tonight, teams have both headed back down. A beautiful crowd here tonight. It was senior night where the Virginia was honoring their 3 seniors, Gavin Dahl, Alex Engrave, and Sam Carlson. Derek Aho is the head coach, and I talked to him a little bit before the game about how his season was going, and asked him about some of the things that were going real well and some of the players. And he said one player that really has been standing out this year has been Casey Ani. He's been shooting the ball real well, and he's been a real spark plug to this team. And Casey, only a sophomore, has come off the bench and has done a great job. I asked him about who may be the most consistent player this year, and he told me Zane Locken has had a great job from that point guard position, scoring points and being a real leader, and he's also only a sophomore. And finally, defensively, he said Ryan Herbert is probably his top defender, and he usually is matched up against the best defensive play or the best offensive player for his opponents. Derek Aho is the head coach. Drew Aho, Justin Reed, Tom Norman, and Riley Dishnu Jacobson are the assistant coaches. Josh Lampa is the activities director at Virginia High School. Now let's take a look at the Barnum Bombers. Here are their starters for tonight, and on their roster they got 7 seniors, 5 juniors, and 3 sophomores. They're going to be starting Joe Peterson, senior, number 11. 45 is Matthew Barry, a senior. Evan Gustafson, John Stevens, and finally it'll be Hayden Charbonneau. Those are the 5 starters tonight. For Rich Newman, the longtime head coach at Barnum, Brandon Newman, Dave Dusler, and Hunter Fetters are the assistants, and Dave Dusler is also the activities director at Barnum High School. Both teams have returned to the court, and shortly the public address announcer is going to have the playing of our national anthem. He does just a very, very brief introduction. We go right to the national anthem, then we go to the starting lineups, and we'll have play-by-play action come to you very shortly. Happy to have you viewing tonight's telecast here in Virginia. Very nice crowd from Barnum down here tonight. They've got both sides with fans, side across, that you'll be able to pick up on our monitor. So we're just moments away from the national anthem, and now we'll let you enjoy the national anthem. So now looking at the starters for Virginia, they'll be starting Zane Locken. He's a 6-foot sophomore. He's averaging 13 points, and he's the top three-point shooter for Virginia at 35%. Then Gavin Dahl, a 5'8" senior. He's the top free throw shooter. He's averaging 73% from the free throw line. Their third starter tonight will be a 6'2" sophomore who's averaging 10 points. That's Jalen Miskovitz. Also starting will be junior 6'4" Noah Mitchell. He's averaging 10 points a game, and he's also the top rebounder as he has 53 rebounds on the season. And finally, our fifth and final starter, sophomore 6' Ryan Herbert. Again, on the Virginia roster, they show 3 seniors, 4 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. They have added tonight to the roster number 32, the coach's son, freshman Joey Aho, number 40, sophomore Aaron Spry, and finally a freshman, number 44, Eli Devich. Those are the 3 add-ons to the Virginia roster. So again for Barnum tonight, here will be their starters: Evan Gustafson, John Stevens, Joe Peterson, Hayden Charbonneau, and Matthew Berry. Starters tonight for the Blue Devils: Zane Locken, Gavin Dahl, Jalen Miskovich, Noah Mitchell, and finally Ryan Herbert. Once again, Virginia coming in. They've lost their last 4, trying to get back on the winning ways tonight with 2 games remaining. Again, tonight at home and Tuesday at home. They'll be taking on Deer River, which is having a great season in Section 7A. Again, Barnum will close out with 3 games. Monday, Hinckley, Finlandson. On Tuesday, March 1st, it'll be Rush City. And finally, on Friday, March the 4th, they will be playing at Two Harbors. So we're all set for play-by-play. Virginia is in their home blue uniforms, while Barnum comes in the road whites. Again, I just have a hard time with the Minnesota State High School changing. The home team wears darks, then the road team wears whites. Every other state you look at, Wisconsin, Iowa, the home team is always in the whites. But that's what the Minnesota State High School League did. They switched it, and that's the way we have to do it nowadays. And here we go. We're underway. The tip is knocked out of bounds. It'll be Barnum ball. So the game's starting a little bit later, about 13 minutes later than the anticipated 7:15. Against, it was senior night tonight. JV game went a little bit longer. Virginia victorious in that JV game. This is Stevens out on top to Peterson, back to Stevens. They just swing it around. A very good shooting team. I've heard nothing but good things about this player. Oh, nice block by Mitchell. Dahl will come away with it for Virginia to the front court. Senior Gavin Dahl gives it off to Locken. Goes inside to Mitchell. Or check that's Herbert. Back to Locken, and he'll just hold it. Bring someone out. This is a good strategy. Bring him out. Use some of that clock. Slow it down a little bit. This is Dahl, screened by Herbert. Now Miskovich, guarded closely, goes into the paint, puts a shot up, and it will fall. Jalen Miskovich gets the first points in tonight's basketball game, and Virginia leads 2-0. Here's a shot, was wide. Mitchell grabs the air ball, and then he took an extra step, I guess. Must have been the right call. His 2 officials both called it traveling. Gustafson will get it in deep. Peterson goes inside, and we've got a push. First foul in tonight's game. It's going to be called on Noah Mitchell. Boy, they just can't afford to lose him early because he's 6'4", and he can be a real force inside. Here's a 3-point shot, comes off the iron, not good by Peterson. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Virginia's ball. Dahl to Miskovich. High screen set by Mitchell. Barnum in a man-to-man. Dahl deep in the corner. Herbert with a nice screen. Dahl comes back to the free throw line. Now to Miskovich. Locken thought about taking that 3. Now Dahl again. Miskovich. And another traveling call. And that's 2 turnovers on Virginia. 16:19 to go in our first half. 2-0 Virginia. This is Gustafson giving it off inside to Stevens. Here's another long-range shot, not good by Peterson. Loose ball rebound goes to Perry. And Barry gives it off. Now they swing it to Gustafson. Peterson. Stevens. Virginia staying in that 2-3 zone. Gustafson gets the pass on top, goes into the paint, bounce pass inside. Barry comes away with the loose ball. Now Barry will go baseline. Gets cut off nicely. Stevens goes into the paint. Little runner blocked by Mitchell. Here comes Locken back. He stops wisely at the baseline. Tries to go inside. Lost control of it. Loose ball is grabbed by Herbert. Muscles his way in. He's fouled. And the first foul called on Barnum. Looks like it's going to go on Charbonneau. That's Hayden Charbonneau, a sophomore. First foul tonight. Shooting 2 shots for Virginia will be Ryan Herbert. $15-18 to go. First half, 2-0. Herbert missed them both. Loose ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Virginia's ball. Virginia will inbounds from the side court. Comes into Herbert at the baseline, comes back to the wing. Now inside for Mitchell, muscles his way in. Noah Mitchell gets a basket, and Virginia has the first 4 tonight against the Bombers. Peterson, again, Virginia staying in that 2-3 zone. Peterson, the senior, gives it to Gustafson, back to Peterson. Gustafson looks to go inside for Barry, can't get it to him. Now Stevens for 3. Off the iron, loose ball is grabbed by Dahl. Now to Miskovich, and here come the Blue Devils. Under 14.5 to play here in our first half. Locken gets the pass. Sophomore now give it off to Dahl, to Miskovich. And another traveling is called. So that's the 3rd Virginia turnover. Now number 4, Willie Richardson, and number 5 is Parker Schratt. Couple substitutions for the Bombers. And we've got a end line violation, so Virginia forces the turnover, and they'll get the ball. 14 minutes to play in our first half. Virginia with a 4-0. Miskovich works his way inside, puts it up, not good, gets his rebound, puts it back up, missed it again. They battle for it underneath, and they tie up. Alternating possession goes to Barnum. Barnum yet to score in this game. Ball goes inside. They just keep swinging it back in the corner to Peterson. Try to go baseline. Herbert will pick up the foul. That's his first. Second team foul on Virginia. Peterson gets the inbounds pass. Stops at the wing. Stevens deep in the corner. Shot is put up and in. Charbonneau for 3. So Virginia's lead has been cut to a single point with 13 minutes and 10 seconds to go in our first half. Miskovich trying to go baseline. The pass goes inside. Virginia turns it over. Now Barnum gives it right back to Virginia. Here is Locken from deep. Again, he's the leading scorer from three-point land, 35%. And he's averaging 13 points on the season, a top scorer for Virginia, and he's only a sophomore. 7-3, Virginia by 4. Trying to go baseline was Richardson. Pass comes back to Stevens. Now Peterson for 3. Good. So Barnum with 2 long-range shots, again, have cut the deficit to a single point with 12:20 to play in our first half. Dahl looks for someone to give the ball to. He finally gives it to Herbert off his foot. And now Virginia is going to take a timeout. With 12:12 to play here in our first half. Virginia with a 7-6 lead. Again, we're live on Mediacom Public Access Channel 5, also our live stream at MasabiCommunityTV.com. Going with a little short crew tonight. We've got Darwin Aller on the main camera. We're hoping everything goes well with our engineer and our producer, Steve Rockla, as his wife gave birth yesterday to a child a few weeks early, and we just hope everything just goes well for the child, the mother, sending off our best wishes to them. Back to action. Virginia puts the ball in play, goes inside to Mitchell, and he's double teamed. The ball is taken away. Here comes Richardson back. Stops at the wing, goes inside for Gustafson. Ball is loose. It goes out of bounds. A turnover on Barnum. This is Dahl, goes inside. And Virginia turns the ball over. We just want to alert those that are watching it on Mediacom Channel 5 tonight. Here's a long-range shot from Peterson, will not fall. We've had sound problems on that Mediacom Channel 5. Mediacom has been working to fix it. I'm hoping they're working to fix it. Here is Larkin from three, not good. Miskovich with the rebound, so just have to bear with us. Hopefully it's not too staticky as you try to enjoy our telecast tonight, but this is the problem we've had for a long time. Here's a shot by Miskovich, not good. And the Bombers coming back. This is Peterson, stops at the left wing, looks to go inside. Now Gustafson goes in the paint. He lost control, but they're on the floor diving for it. And now finally the ball is turned over and Dahl will come away with it. He's triple teamed and he's fouled. I think they're going to call a foul on Willie Richardson, and that will be his first. Inside to Herbert at the baseline. Looks for someone to get the ball to. Loose ball is grabbed by Miskovich, taken away by Richardson. And now we've got a foul called on Herbert. That'll be Ryan's second. Ten minutes, 19 seconds to go in our first half. It's a 1-point Virginia lead, 7-6. Neither team has scored now in the last 2 minutes. Shot by Gustafson's not good. Herbert goes high for the rebound. Long pass to Dahl. Gavin goes in and scores. Gavin Dahl with his first points, and Virginia leads 9-6. Peterson gives it to Gustafson. Bounce pass in the corner. Shot is good by Charbonneau. That's his second from long range. And we're deadlocked at 9 with 9:40 to play in the first half. Now Dahl will give it to Larkin, to Miskovich, going into the lane. Puts up a little runner and hits it. 4 points for Jalen. And Virginia retakes the lead 11-9. Under 9.5 to play in the first half. Again, Virginia won the junior varsity game tonight, 49-33. Peterson for long range, good. And Barnum takes their first lead at 12-11. Oh, now we got a foul called on Richardson, and that was a bad break as he collided with a teammate. He'll pick up his second. Now checking in for Virginia is 42, Max Williams. Also checking in will be number 10, Casey Awney. Here's a long-range shot by Awney, will not fall. Loose ball is grabbed by Dahl. Gavin will kick the ball back out to Larkin. Good. Larkin's got 5. And Virginia retakes the lead 13-12. Coming up on 8.5 minutes to go in our first half. Peterson lost it, but Gustafson will save it. Peterson swings it around to Stevens. Peterson way out on top. He's got 2 from long range. Barnum has made 4 from beyond the arc here in the first half. Peterson gets it back, goes into the paint. Little runner, will not fall. Put back up, not good. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Virginia's ball. One-point Virginia lead coming up on 8 minutes to play in our first half. Says Larkin. Corner goes to Dahl. Gavin will give it off. Here is Ani for 3. Ball is loose. It goes right to Larkin with a little runner off the glass. It will not fall. Loose ball is grabbed by Stevens. Oh, he took an extra step. Yep. So Virginia will get the ball in a turnover. 7:48 to go in our first half. On the turnover, Stevens gives it to Charbonneau. Now to Barry, who's checked back in. Peterson, Stevens in the corner. Cross court, checking in was Lane Wickstrom. He gets the pass. Inside for Stevens. Nice ball movement here. Charbonneau for 3 more. Boy, the sophomores got 3 from beyond the arc. Barnum has hit 5, and that's where their 15 points have come. 5 3-point baskets, and Barnum has a 2-point lead with 7:10 to play in our first half. Larkin with the nice screen from Williams, gets the return pass and scores. Williams gets his first points. Teams now are deadlocked here, under 7 to play in the first half. Says Stevens. Now to Peterson. Wickstrom cross court. Again, nice ball movement. Virginia staying in that zone. Shot will come off. Herbert with the rebound, gives it to Williams. Up to Larkin. Dahl back to Larkin. Nice move. His shot, though, will not fall. Bombers now will set up here. Stevens in the corner. Cross court to Charbonneau. Wickstrom looks to go inside for Stevens at the elbow. Pass loose on the floor, and another turnover, another tie-up, and it'll be Virginia's ball alternating possession. Now Mitchell will check back in for Virginia. It'll be Thatcher Nelson, number 2. Check that. Number 2 is Gustafson. I'm looking at the wrong roster. I looked at the JV roster. Another turnover. Once again, we want to apologize for the sound on Public Access Channel 5. It's been a problem for a long time, and Mediacom is aware of it, and they just haven't fixed it for some reason, and hopefully eventually it will get fixed. I've watched many programs on that channel, and it's the same problem. Here's a long-range shot from deep in the corner, will not fall by Wickstrom. Larkin comes away with a loose ball rebound to the front court. 5.5 to play in the first half. Teams are deadlocked at 15. Inside for Mitchell, puts up a shot, will not fall. And now Mitchell ties up Wickstrom. It'll be alternating possession. It'll go to Barnum. Bombers and Blue Devils on this Friday night are deadlocked at 15, and now we've got a Barnum timeout with 5:21 to play in our first half. A very low-scoring first half. Shooting has not been very good, and there's been quite a few turnovers. Again, our final telecast of the winter season will be next Tuesday night. We'll have a boys basketball game as Virginia will be hosting Deer River. That'll be their final game, the final boys basketball game played here at Virginia, as next year they'll be called the Rock Ridge Wolverines, boys and girls basketball. Teams break, 5:21 to play in the first half. Gustus, the front court. Now Stevens, Peterson in the corner. Virginia staying in that zone. Barry, Stevens for three. That's 6 from long range. 18 points for Barnum, 15 for Virginia. Now Larkin tries to go inside. Turnover, Peterson coming back. Gives it off. Shot is up and in by Stevens, and that's the first points that haven't come from long range tonight. Bombers have a 5-point lead. Bounce pass inside for Mitchell. One pass gives it out to Ani. Larkin, Herbert, back to Larkin. Goes baseline left side, cut off. Back inside, and another turnover on the Blue Devils. Charbonneau and Richardson will check back in for Barnum. And Miskovich will check back in for Virginia. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the first half. A 5-point Barnum lead on this Friday night from the Roosevelt Gym in Virginia. Now the Bombers with some trouble, but Peterson gets the pass. Richardson going baseline. He'll put up a 15-footer. It's short. It goes out of bounds to Virginia. (20-15) Barnum. Pass, nice pass to Herbert. And Ryan gets his first points. And the Blue Devils cut the deficit to 3. 3:40 to play, first half. Richardson in the corner. Charbonneau for 3. It's short. Mitchell goes high for the rebound, the 6'4" junior. Now Miskovich. Back to Williams. Miskovich. Williams again. He'll let a bomb go. Will not fall. Mitchell battles for the rebound. Still battling, and Barry comes away with it. Up to Peterson to the front court. Bombers looking to extend that lead. Just over 3 minutes to play in our first half. A very nice crowd, a very vocal crowd. Here's deep in the corner. Charbonneau halfway down, and it comes back out. Now Aoni, couple dribbles. This is Miskovich. He gets the pass back. Mitchell with the high screen. Williams to Ani. Gives it back to Miskovich. 2:20 to play in our first half. Inside for Mitchell, double team, muscles his way in, it will not fall. Peterson comes away with the rebound. And we have a foul on the floor. Foul was called on Herbert, that is his third, that's the 4th team foul. Well, I look across and I see my granddaughter Lizzie sitting in the stands tonight, enjoying the basketball game with her girlfriends. Shot put up and in by Peterson, and Joe Peterson has got 8 points. And the Bombers again have a 5-point lead, under 2 minutes to play in our first half. Here is Larkin's shot. It hit the top of the backboard. And the ball will go to Barnum. Our girls basketball team is playing in Aurora tonight against the Masabi Giants. You'll be able to watch the replay of that game starting tomorrow on Mediacom Public Access Channel 2. Again, Virginia girls at Mesabi East tonight. And I know Barney and the crew over there are filming that game, so you'll be able to watch that playback. Coming up on our final 90 seconds of the first half, it's a 5-point Barnum lead. Here's Peterson from way downtown. And he comes away with it for the Blue Devils, and he gets fouled. Foul was called on Gustafson. His first, fourth team foul. Each team with only 4 fouls. 1:20 to play, first half. 22-17, Barnum with the lead. Now Lockin, nice pass inside, and Mitchell was fouled. Stevens will pick up the foul, and that'll be Stevens first. That'll put Mitchell at the line to shoot a pair. Noah tonight's got 1 basket, 2 points. .6'4" junior. .114 to play in the first half. Halftime, they'll have the hoop shoot going on, where if you make a free throw, you'll get a bottle of pop. I'm sure they're going to set that up again tonight. Peterson at the wing, gives it to Gustafson going into the paint. Rejected by Mitchell. Here's Miskovich. Bounce pass goes. Nice play inside for Mitchell, and he missed it. 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3-point Barnum lead. Stevens going into the lane. Lost control of it. Mitchell, he took an extra step. Tried to make the pass. Lost control of it. And Virginia turns the ball over with 46 seconds to play in the first half. 22-19 Barnum. Barnum's biggest lead has been 5. They were there twice so far in the first half. Probably going to set up for a final shot. This is Gustafson. Pass goes to Charbonneau, and he's fouled by Williams. That'll be Max Williams' first personal. 5th team foul on Virginia. Both teams now with 5 fouls. 38 seconds to play in the half. Gustafson will throw it in for the Bombers. Comes into Peterson in the paint. His shot was altered by Mitchell. Boy, he's a force inside. And Aune lost control of that pass. Here comes Gustafson with the loose ball back to the front court. Going right into the paint. Muscles his way in. Mitchell again altered that shot. 14 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Miskovich working his way in. Now to Lockin. Williams, 1 dribble, back to Lockin. 11 seconds to go, first half. This is Aune, looks for somebody, gives it off to Williams. We're down to 6.5. Aune floats a pass underneath for Mitchell. It was off the backboard with a fraction of a second to go. It'll be Barnum's ball. And the ball comes in, and our first half is in the bowl. The long football throw by Gustafson hit off the backboard, and we've played 1 half of basketball. It's Barnum on top of Virginia, 22-19. At the intermission, we'll run down the scoring. We've also got the schedule, scores from last night, the schedule in boys and girls basketball tonight that we'll be going over. And they are going to have the hoop shoot, and we'll let you just enjoy some of these halftime activities here at the Roosevelt Gym in Virginia. So let's recap the scoring here in the first half. First for Virginia, Zane Lockin has 5. Jalen Miskovich and Noah Mitchell each with 4. And 2 points each for Gavin Dahl, Ryan Herbert, and Max Williams. Virginia in the first half made 1 from long range, and they were 2 for 4 from the free throw line. And for Barnum in the first half, 9 points for Hayden Charbonneau, all from long range. 8 points for Joe Peterson, 2 from long range and 1 a regular field goal. And 5 points for John Stevens. They were not at the free throw line at all in the first half. Again, the only player in any kind of foul trouble is Ryan Herbert, as he picked up 3 fouls in that first half. Well, let's take a look at some of the scores from last night in basketball action here in the Northland. We'll first look at the girls' basketball scores from last night. Esco at home beat Duluth Marshall 54-49. Evelyn Gilbert at home last night got clobbered by Cloquet 76-36. Proctor at home beat Cherry 76-48. Two Harbors lost at home to Mesabi East last night 54-51. And Greenway went over to Nashwauk and Greenway beat the Spartans 61-45. Girls basketball action tonight. Ely's at Southridge. Evelyn Gilbert's playing up in Big Fork. Hibbing at Duluth Marshall. Virginia again is playing at Mesabi East. And Cherry is at Carleton tonight. Again, that Virginia-Mesabi East game, you'll be able to watch that game tomorrow night on our public access Channel 2. In boys basketball, our scores from last night. Evelyn Gilbert at home was beaten by Northwoods 82-54. It was Two Harbors over Silver Bay last night 72-47. Hermantown over St. Francis 81-67. Chisholm at home clobbered McGregor 93-33. Cherry went to Carleton and came away with a victory 95-42. And it was Duluth Marshall at home over NK 85-59. Boys basketball action for tonight. Big Fork is in Mountain Iron to take on the Rangers. Cloquet at Grand Rapids, DeRiver at I Falls. Denfield is at Esco. Duluth East at Hibbing. Hinckley Finlayson at Mora. Mesabi East is in Crosby to take on the CI Rangers. A huge one in Section 7 2A tonight. Moose Lake Willow River playing at Pequot Lakes. Two Harbors at Greenway. You've got Northwoods at Chisholm, and finally Ely at the Southridge. Well, we'll take a little break from talking. I'll let you just enjoy some of the activities that are going on here at the Roosevelt Gym. Again, they've got the Hoop Club having their hoop shoot, sponsored by one of our sponsors, Starkovich Distributing of Virginia. Well, the Blue Devils have returned to the court, and very shortly the Bombers will do so. Again, this is the 25th game of the season for Virginia. They have one more game remaining. Tuesday night, we'll be back here at the Roosevelt. Darwin will be on the main camera. I'll be in my throne here up in the perch. Hoping Steve Rockla may be back with us if everything goes well with him and his wife and the newborn, born yesterday. And I understand it was a girl, so I believe that's 2 girls now for Mr. Rockala. Oh, girls are fun. Barnum, on the other hand, has 3 games remaining after tonight. Monday, they'll host Hinckley Finlayson. Tuesday, they're in Rush City. And Friday, the 4th, they close out the regular season at Two Harbors. The seed meetings are on Saturday, the 5th. Barnum will be the number 1 seed in 5A East. Nevis will be the number 1 seed in 5A West. And what's at stake for Virginia again? They're going to finish somewhere between 9th and 12th. And they will be traveling to either Greenway, Evelyn Gilbert, Two Harbors, or Aiken. According to the current QRF rankings, those teams are battling for 5 through 8. Esco, Pequot Lakes, Moose Lake, Willow River, and Crosby Ironton are the top 4 in Section 7 2A basketball. Well, I guess we're set. Couple seconds remaining on the halftime clock as it's winding down right now. Teams are all going back to their original starting. Gustafson, Stevens, Peterson, Charbonneau, and Barry for Barnum. Locken, Dahl, Miskovich, Mitchell, and Herbert for Virginia. 22-19 is our score. Barnum at the half. Here's Miskovich. Gives it off to Dahl. Now Locken. Oh, nice move by Locken. Oh, he missed it, though. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Virginia's ball. Dahl will inbounds. We're 23 seconds into our second half. Inside for Dahl. Gavin hits the first points. Seniors got 4 points, and Virginia cuts the deficit to a single point. Peterson goes to Gustafson in the corner. Back to Peterson. Virginia staying in that 2-3 zone. Now Charbonneau. Bounce pass inside for Barry. Missed it. Miskovich comes away with the rebound. Sophomore brings it to the front court. Peterson is on him defensively. Locken goes to the circle. Puts up a long-range shot. They battle for it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Virginia's ball. Now the officials have to get together. It should be Virginia's ball. Oh, fans, here we go. Coming from the end line. Dahl will put it in for the Blue Devils. Comes into Mitchell. Now to Miskovich. He backs his way into the lane, puts it off the glass and in. Jalen lost his balance. There was contact. Gets the basket, and Virginia has taken a 1-point lead, 23-22. They've scored the first 4 points second half, and now a foul called on Charbonneau. That's his second. First team foul on Barnum here in the half. So Virginia off to a 4-zip run to start our second half. 16 and a half minutes to play. Dahl will give it to Miskovich. High screen set by Herbert. Now to Larkin. This is Dahl, guarded by Gustafson. Dahl off balance shot will not fall. Stevens the rebound, gets to Gustafson. A long pass to Charbonneau. Kicks the ball back out to Peterson. Now Stevens back to Peterson. Deep in a corner for three. Joe Peterson has got 3 from beyond the arc. He's got 11 points. First player in double figures tonight. Now Miskovich has his pocket pick. Try to get a little too fancy there. But on the return, Virginia gets the ball back on the Bomber turnover. Now Dahl with a little runner and scores. Gavin with 6 points. And we are deadlocked at 25 with 15 and a half. Now a turnover. Herbert comes away. And then the ball gets turned back, and we've got a foul called on Herbert. That'll be his 4th. And he'll have to come out. Max Williams checks in. Barnum will inbounce at the end line. Well, I guess they'll inbounce it at right in front of the Barnum bench, side court. Gustafson gives it back to Stevens. Now Peterson. Corner, Charbonneau for 3. That shot was altered by Miskovich. Back to Williams. His shot was blocked by Gustafson. Now Stevens. Oh, that was pretty close to an over and a back there. Backcourt violation. Here's Charbonneau for 3. Mitchell goes high for the rebound for Virginia. Gets double teamed and he gets fouled. Foul was called on Joe Peterson, his first, second team foul. $14:50 to play in our basketball game. Teams are deadlocked at 25. And now a Virginia turnover. This is Peterson coming back, gives it to Barry. The ball gets kicked, it's on the floor. Gustafson trying to come away with it, gives it to Barry. Now Peterson, Stevens, bad pass, turnover. Here comes Larkin back. Larkin will take it right in and score. And Virginia takes a 27-25 lead with 14:20 to play. Peterson comes back to the top of the key. Virginia staying in that 2-3 zone. It's been very successful so far. And now we've got a foul called on Mitchell. That's his second team foul. Evan Gustafson will shoot 2. These are the first free throw attempts tonight for the Bombers. Richardson checks back in for Barnum. Barnum 17-5 on the season. Second one is good. Gustafson hits 1 out of 2. And Virginia's lead is cut to 1, coming up on 14 minutes to play. Now Miskovich goes inside for Williams. Bounce pass, gives it back out to Larkin for 3. Off the front iron. Dahl puts it back up and in. Dahl leads the Blue Devils here in the second half. He's got 6 points. Blue Devils with 10 points here in the second half. And Barnum only with 4. Now Charbonneau gives it to Peterson. Gustafson penetrates inside, missed the shot. Ball comes back out. They swing it around. Charbonneau for 3. Not good. Williams with a rebound. Now to Miskovich, to Dahl. Under 13.5 to play. Virginia with a 3-point lead over Barnum. Now Miskovich, screen set by Mitchell. Miskovich goes right in, puts it off the glass, missed it. Tipped around, put back up by Williams. It will not fall. And now we got a reaching in foul called on Miskovich. His first, third team foul. Checking back in for Barnum is number 5, Parker Schwartz. Richardson gets the pass back. Going to the elbow, puts up a jumper, will not fall, goes out of bounds to the Blue Devils. 12:55 to play, 29-26 Virginia. Barnum led 22-19 at halftime. Virginia has outscored Barnum 10-4 here in the first 6 minutes of our second half. Miskovich gives it to Larkin. Larkin a bomb. Yes. Larkin with 10 points, and he's the leading scorer for Virginia. The Blue Devils have their biggest lead at 6. Barnum's biggest lead tonight was 5. Bounce pass inside. The ball is loose. Here is Peterson for 3. That's 4 from long range. He's got 14 points in the game. And that Virginia lead has been cut in half. 3-point Blue Devil lead. 12 minutes to go. Oh, nice give and goal for Williams. Max Williams now with a bucket in each half. Here is Peterson guarded by Dahl. Bounce pass inside. Peterson. Wickstrom, who's checked back in. Peterson gives it back to Wickstrom. Here's a 3-pointer. Will not fall. Williams clears the boards for the Blue Devils. 11:40 to play. Virginia with a 5-point lead. Dahl with 8 points in the game. Here's Larkin for 3 more. And a timeout called by Barnum. It's 37-29 Virginia with 11:27 to play in our basketball game. And that's the Blue Devils' biggest lead at 8 points. Looking at the Blue Devil leading scorers, Larkin now with 13 in the game. Next leading scorer is Dahl. He has 8. For Barnum, 14 points for Joe Peterson. Barnum tonight, 8 3-point baskets. Blue Devils now have 3, and the Blue Devil threes have all come from Larkin. Both teams break huddle. Bombers put the ball in play from the end line. Peterson will give it off to Wickstrom. Back to Peterson. Just over 11 minutes to play. Virginia with an 8-point lead, and we've got a turnover on Barnum. This is Miskovich going into the lane, puts up a shot. It was partially blocked by Barry. Richardson coming back. They swing it around. Peterson for 3. Mitchell goes high for the rebound. And now we've got a foul called on Peterson. That's his second. Third team foul. Charbonneau checks back in for the Bombers. Coming up on 10.5 minutes to play, Virginia by 8, 37-29. This is Larkin. Oh, here's a long one by Miskovich. Oh, way too long. Not a good percentage shot whatsoever. And now going baseline was Peterson. to Richardson. Guarded by Dahl. Charbonneau in the corner, Peterson. Wickstrom, they swing it around. Richardson going baseline, goes in, puts a shot up, will not fall. And now they tie up. Alternating possession goes to Barnum. Auney checks back in for Virginia. Stevens comes back in for Barnum. Stevens gets the inbounds pass to Peterson going into the paint. Bounce pass goes to Barry. At the baseline, double teamed. Now Charbonneau, Stevens. Peterson coming up on 9.5 minutes to play. Virginia with an 8-point lead. Here's a shot by Richardson off the side iron. Dahl comes away with it for Virginia. And now he has his pocket pick. Peterson coming back. 1-on-3. Peterson goes in, draws a foul on Mitchell. That's a nice move by Peterson. Mitchell picks up his third. Peterson at the line to shoot, too. First time Joe has been there tonight. 15 points in the game for the senior. Barnum has cut the deficit to 6. And we have a foul on Virginia, I guess. Let's see. 42, it's on Max Williams. His second foul. 15 foul on Virginia. Coming up on 9 minutes to play in our second half. 37-31 Virginia. In the corner, here's a long-range shot, will not fall. The ball is loose, tipped around. Bombers will retain possession. 6-point Virginia lead. Peterson way out. Blue Devils again staying in that 2-3 zone. Now Stevens, Peterson's open. He'll take another three. He's got 19 tonight, and the Bombers have chipped away at that 8-point Virginia lead. It's down to 3. Dahl puts up an off-balance shot. Here come the Bombers back. This is Peterson, who's got the hot hand, especially from that left wing. Now Stevens gives it to Peterson. Oh, he almost took it. Tried to go baseline, it was cut off. Stevens. Now Charbonneau for 3, and we are deadlocked. The Bombers on an 8-zip run over the last 3.5 minutes. And with 7:45 to play, where teams are deadlocked at 37. Now Dahl going to that right wing. Mitchell with a high screen. Dahl has some trouble. He gets it to Auney, though. Casey with some trouble. Looks for someone to get the ball to. Finally gives it to Dahl, and we've got an offensive foul called on Gavin Dahl. .7:29 to play in our game. Barnum on an 8-zip run, and they have tied the Blue Devils. Now the pass goes to Stevens, to Charbonneau, to Peterson. This is Gustafson going into the paint. Corner, Charbonneau for 3. That does not fall, but Barnum retains. Here's a 3 by Stevens. That will not fall. And we got a foul called on Gustafson, his second. And that is the 4th team foul on Barnum. 7 minutes to play. Teams are deadlocked at 37. Inside for Mitchell. Oh, nice move, but he missed the shot, and Charbonneau comes away with a rebound. Now to Gustafson. Goes into the lane, draws contact, and a blocked. Coming back is Larkin, and he has his shot blocked. It went off Larkin. The ball will go back to Barnum. I'll tell you what, the officials are earning their money tonight as the crowd has been on them, both sides. Deep in the corner, Charbonneau for three, will not fall. And it's saved by Peterson. Stevens with a little runner, and a Virginia foul. Stevens going to shoot a pair. Foul was called on 42, that's Williams, his third. 7th Virginia team foul, and Stevens at the line. He's got 6 points. He'll get another one. Now Herbert will check back in for Virginia. 6:24 to play. Barnum with a 1-point lead. Bombers are on a 9-zip run on the Blue Devils. Make it 10. Blue Devils have not scored now in over 5 minutes. 6:15 to play in our game. Bombers with a 2-point lead. Herbert playing with 4 fouls, gives it back to Dahl. Gavin's open, he'll let go of a three, it's short. Barry with a rebound for Barnum. To Gustafson. Now to Peterson. Stevens going baseline, and we've got the 5th foul called on Herbert. So he falls out with 2 points tonight. Larkin is going to check back in. Stevens at the line to shoot. 1 and 1. He'll get the bonus. He's made 3 free throws in a row. He's got 8 points tonight. Second one's short. Mitchell grabbed the rebound, gets it up to Ani. Here comes Casey. Corner, Larkin's open for 3. Williams battles for it. Peterson comes away with it. And now we've got a foul called, a blocking foul called on Gavin Dahl. Peterson will shoot 1 and 1. He'll get the bonus. Charbonneau will check back in. Barnum on a 12-zip run. Virginia has not scored now in almost 6 minutes. Peterson, perfect from the line, 4 for 4. 21 points in the game. Barnum with a 5-point lead. Dahl goes inside to Miskovich, muscles his way in, puts it up, missed it, gets his own rebound and scores. Six minutes and Virginia finally got a basket. It's 42-39 Barnum. Coming up on 5 minutes to play. Gustafson at the free throw line, and now a timeout called by Barnum with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to play. And Barnum has a 3-point lead. Let's take a look at some of the scoring leaders. Joe Peterson is the leading scorer tonight. He's got 21 points in the game. And for Virginia, the leading scorer is Zane Larkin with 13 points. Hayden Charbonneau has 12 points. second leading scorer for Barnum. Barnum tonight with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 from beyond the arc. While Virginia has 3, and it's been Zane Locken who has all 3 of those long-range shots. 5:10 to go here in this basketball game, and a 3-point lead for the Bombers, 42-39. Again, Tuesday night, Darwin and I will be back here at the Roosevelt Gym up in the press area, calling the action, the final boys basketball game that will be played here at the Roosevelt, as next year they'll be joining up with Evelyn Gilbert, and the boys basketball team will be called the Rock Ridge Wolverines. Gustafson will inbounds for Barnum. They're in their offensive end. Richardson's pass goes to Peterson. Blue Devils now in a 1-2-2 zone. Now they come up to a 2-3 zone. This is Gustafson, guarded closely now by Ani. Peterson try to go baseline. Charbonneau in the corner. Richardson swinging around. 4:40 to play. Barnum 42, Virginia 39. Peterson with the ball, and now we've got a Virginia foul underneath, going to be called on Miskovich. His second. That's the 10th team foul, so Barnum will be in the double bonus. Schlaert at the line. Stevens will check back in. Now Dahl gives it off to Locken. Miskovich has some trouble. Come the Bombers back. And a basket and a foul called on Dahl. No, they're going to call the foul before the shot. That's his third. Peterson at the line to shoot 2. He's perfect tonight from the line. 4 for 4. Barry will check back in for the Bombers. Bombers lead is 4. Make it 5, and again, that's their biggest lead of the night. Virginia's biggest lead was 8. Barnum's biggest lead has been 5 now 3 times. Coming up on 4 minutes to play. Barnum 44, Virginia 39. This is Auni. And a foul is going to be called on Richardson, number 4. That'll be the 5th team foul on Barnum. That's his 3rd. They still have one more foul to give. Locken inside for Dahl. Puts a shot up. It will not fall. Mitchell with the rebound, and he missed the shot underneath. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nope, it was saved. Here's Locken. And his pass was intercepted by Barry. Now Stevens gets it up to Peterson. 3:40 to play. Barnum with a 5-point lead. Richardson now to Stevens. Charbonneau. This is Peterson. Try to penetrate. Nice defense by Ani. And then Casey picks up the foul. That's his first. That's 11 Virginia team fouls. 5 for Barnum here in the second half. And Peterson again, who's got the hot hand at the line. perfect, 6 for 6. Oh, he finally missed one. Barnum with a 6-point lead. Now Miskovich trying to penetrate baseline, and we've got a foul called on Richardson, and that'll be his 4th, and that is the 6th team foul. Inbounds pass comes to Mitchell. Off balance shot will not fall. Goes out of bounds to Virginia. 3:14 to play. Barnum with a 6-point lead. Comes into Mitchell. Oh, he got bumped by Barry. Barry's first, and that'll put Mitchell to line to shoot 1-1. Mitchell perfect from the line. 2 for 2. He's got 4 points tonight. All have come in the first half. Gustafson checks back in for Barnum. Charbonneau, Gustafson, Barry, Richardson, and Peterson for the Bombers. Mitchell hits both free throws. He's got 6 points tonight. A 4-point Barnum lead coming up on 3 minutes to play. Barry try to penetrate. Nice defense. The ball is taken away by Miskovich. Bounce pass off for Locken. Goes inside for Ani. Back to Locken. Deep in the corner for 3. Locken's got 16. And it's a 1-point Barnum lead with 2:45 to play. Here's Gustafson to the front court. To Richardson, guarded by Dahl. Now Barry. This is Charbonneau. Now Barry gets the ball. Gustafson, 2:20 to play. 45-44. Barnum by 1. Richardson guarded by Dahl. Now Barry comes out and gets the pass. Peterson, who's got the hot hand. Peterson going in, rejected by Mitchell. Although Richardson grabs the ball and then he's fouled by Dahl. And Gavin picks up his 4th. That'll put Richardson at the line to shoot 2. First time Willie Richardson has been at the line tonight. 2:03 to play. He gets 2 free throws. Two-point Barnum lead, 2:03 to play. Richardson hits them both. 47-44, exactly 2 minutes. Ani, inside for Miskovich. Spin move, now it comes out to Locken. Back to Ani. Casey, a couple dribbles. Here is Miskovich for 3, off the iron. Bombers with the 3-point lead coming up on 90 seconds to play. Going right in and drawing a foul on Mitchell was Richardson. And Mitchell picks up his 4th. Richardson, who's made both free throws, misses the first. 1:33 to play. Richardson hits 1 out of 2. We've got a timeout with 1:33 to play, and Barnum with a 48-44 lead. And in the last 3.5 minutes, Barnum has outscored Virginia 6-5. This has been a good basketball game tonight. We're glad you're able to watch us on Mediacom Public Access Channel 5, also MasabiCommunityTV.com. Again, we want to apologize for the sound issues on Mediacom Public Access Channel 5. We've had the sound issues for a long time. Mediacom is aware of it, and they just haven't been able to get it fixed. So we're trying to do the best we possibly can under these circumstances. Let's take a look at the scoring leaders. 24 points so far tonight for Joe Peterson. He had 8 coming in the first half and 16 here in the second half. He's made 7 out of 8 free throws. He's made 3 from beyond the arc. What a game he's had tonight. 12 points for Hayden Charbonneau. And for Virginia, Zane Locken with 16, the leading scorer for the Blue Devils. Here comes Virginia with 90 seconds to play, trailing by 4. Bounce pass goes to Mitchell. Comes back to Locken. Now to Ani. Locken's open. He'll take a 3. It will not fall. And now we got a foul called on Ani. That's his second. Richardson, who's made 3 out of 4 free throws, will shoot 2 more. $15 Virginia fouls here in the second half. They've had 20 fouls tonight. Barry will check back in for the Bombers. Bomber lead is 6 again. That's their biggest lead. 1:10 to play. A 6-point lead for Barnum, 50-44. Now Dahl gives it to Locken. Locken for 3, will not fall. Tipped around. Miskovich comes away with it. Goes baseline, works his way inside, gives it off to Mitchell. And a timeout called with 52 seconds remaining. And it is 50-46 in favor of Barnum. This has been a fun game tonight. And again, we hope you are enjoying this telecast of Blue Devil basketball on MasabiCommunityTV.com. Herbert fouled out of tonight's game. He finished with 2 points. We'll run down all the scoring at the end of our telecast. Gustafson gets the inbounds pass. Locken is all over him, and now a foul is going to be called on Locken. His first foul, that's going to put Gustafson at the line to shoot 2. So far, he's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Gustafson missed them both. Miskovich with a rebound. Blue Devils still have life. Locken gives it to Miskovich for 3. And again, Virginia calls timeout with 37.8 seconds. It's 50-49. Barnum's lead has been cut to 1. For the Blue Devils now, that is from long range, number 5. Locken's got 4. Miskovich now has 1. And with that last basket, Miskovich goes into double figures. He's got 11. "24 points, the leading scorer again for Joe Peterson. He's made 7 out of 8 free throws in this second half. He's made 5 from beyond the arc from the field and 1 regular field goal. Here we go. Barnum will inbounce at the end line. Barnum with a 1-point lead. 37.8 seconds remaining. Peterson gets the inbounds pass. Off to Richardson. And the foul is called on Dahl. And Gavin has just fouled out of the game. He'll finish with 8 points tonight. That's going to put Richardson at the line to shoot 2. He's made 5 out of 6 free throws here in the second half. 31.1 seconds. Gets the second one. 2-point lead for Barnum. Under 30 seconds to play. Hold on to your seats. Here's Larkin. Comes back to the top of the key. Gives it off to Miskovic. Oh, nice play. Miskovic going right in. Draws a contact. Richardson has picked up his 5th foul, and he's out of the game tonight. He'll finish with 6 points. Miskovic at the line. He will shoot 2. First time at the line tonight. Place has gone just silent as some water on the floor, or I should say some sweat on the floor. And the official right now is cleaning it up. Barnum so far has attempted 26 free throws tonight. Here we go. Miskovic with 2. 2 big ones. He can tie it with this free throw. And now Barnum is going to take a timeout with 15 seconds. 51-50, Barnum. Again, Barnum has attempted 26 free throws tonight. Miskovic will go back to the free throw line. This one will tie the game. $51 apiece with 15 seconds to play. And a timeout called by Barnum. We're down to 11.2 seconds. 51-51 basketball game. Man, the fans that came tonight sure have gotten their money's worth. Barnum, 17 out of 26 from the free throw line. They've made 10 threes tonight. Virginia from the free throw line, 6 for 8. and they've made 5 from beyond the arc. 51-51 basketball game, 11.2 seconds remaining. Barnum will inbounds from side court. Stevens will put the ball in. It comes into Gustafson. Now to Barry. Down to 4 seconds. Charbonneau for 3. Not good. We are going to go to overtime on this Friday night. We will play in overtime, Virginia and Barnum, on this Friday night. Virginia outscored Barnum 32-29 in the second half, after being outscored 22-19 in the first half. So the teams will huddle around their respective coaches, and we will play in overtime on Friday night basketball from the Roosevelt Gymnasium in Virginia. Let's take a look at the scoring leaders as we go into overtime. Zane Locken has 16 points. Jalen Miskovich with 13. Gavin Dahl fouled out with 8. Noah Mitchell has 8. 2 points for Herbert. He fouled out. And Max Williams has 2. For Barnum, Joe Peterson has 24. Gustafson has 1. Stevens with 8. 12 points for Charbonneau and 6 points for Richardson. So once the clock gets set, it'll be Mitchell jumping against Barry. It's a 4-minute overtime. Tip control by Locken. Gets it to Miskovich. Missed it. Put back up by Williams. And Virginia takes a 53-51 lead. Stevens gives it to Peterson. Now Barry. This is Charbonneau. Gustafson. Peterson. Now Barry try to penetrate. We've played 30 seconds of overtime. Barry, the free throw line. Gustafson penetrates in, puts his head down, puts it up and in. $53 apiece. 3:12 remaining in overtime. Comes into Miskovich. Now Ani. Casey, contact, no call. Lock-in. Inside for Williams. Puts it up and in. He draws a foul. Foul called on Barry. That's his second. Williams will shoot 1. Missed it. Mitchell, loose ball comes to Williams. Now Miskovich gets it to Auni. He puts a shot up. A foul was called before the shot. Auni at the line to shoot. He'll shoot 2 shots. First time Auni has been at the line tonight. First one is good. First point for Casey Auni. And Virginia has a 3-point lead. Second one, perfect. 4-point lead for Virginia. Here's Peterson. 2:45 to play in overtime. Peterson goes right in and scores. He's got 26 tonight. And it's a 2-point Virginia lead coming up on 2.5 minutes to play in overtime. 57-55 Virginia. Now Miskovich gets a seam, goes in, puts it off the glass. It goes right to Williams. Boy, Max Williams has just taken over here in the overtime. He's got all 6 points from the field for Virginia. Now going in and missing it. Miskovich with a rebound to Williams. Blue Devils with a 4-point lead. They've got the ball. Miskovich coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the overtime. Halfway through the overtime period. Now Ani has the ball stripped away. Ball goes up to Peterson, lost it off his foot. Gustafson was fouled. Foul called on Ani, that is his third. That's going to put Gustafson at the line to shoot 2. .151 to play. Evan Gustafson will get one more. Gets it. Barnum 18 out of 28 from the line. Virginia with a 3-point lead with a $1:40 to play. Overtime period. Miskovich has his pocket picked by Joe Peterson and he scores. Peterson's got 28 points. And it's a 1-point Virginia lead with 90 seconds to play in overtime. Lock-in gives it off to Miskovich. Williams in the corner, back to Miskovich. Now Lock-in from the wing on the left side. Couple dribbles, back to the top. Here's a pass in. We've got a foul called on Gustafson. Miskovich at the line to shoot 2. Virginia with a 1-point lead, make it 2. As Miskovich is perfect from the line, 3 for 3. Three-point Virginia lead with 70 seconds to play in overtime. Gustafson goes right in and scores. And now a timeout called. 1:06 to play. A 1-point Virginia lead, 61-60. Virginia has outscored Barnum 10-9 here in the overtime period. Right now from the free throw line, Virginia is 10 out of 13. Barnum is 18 out of 28. Joe Peterson, the leading scorer for Barnum. He's got 28 points. Lock-in 16, 15 for Miskovich. Max Williams has 6 out of the Virginia 10 points here in overtime. Miskovich has 2 free throws. Ani with 2 free throws. In the overtime for Barnum, 5 points for Gustafson and 4 points for Peterson. (61-60) Virginia with 1:06 remaining in our overtime. It was 22-19 Barnum at half. Virginia outscored Barnum 32-29 in the second half. And right now Virginia outscoring Barnum by a single. Casey Ani will put the ball in play. It comes into Miskovich. Ani gets it back. Miskovich now to Lock-in. Puts a pass in for Mitchell. Alley-oop to Mitchell. He's got 10 points. And now a turnover by Barnum with 51.9 seconds remaining. Virginia with a 3-point lead, 63-60. Ani gives it back to Larkin. To Miskovich, back to Larkin. They got to get it across, they do. Now Larkin back to Miskovich, back to Larkin. Gives it to Mitchell, back to Larkin, and he's stemmed on the end line, or sideline that is. And Barnum will get the ball with 34.8 seconds remaining. 3-point Virginia lead, we're in overtime. Says Peterson, he's got the hot hand. Charbonneau for a long three, comes off the iron. Ball is loose, Williams grabs it. They turn it over, Barry with the ball, gives it back to Gustafson, 15 seconds to go. Now Peterson, back to Gustafson, he penetrates in, to Barry. Peterson, couple dribbles, we're down to 5 seconds. Stevens gives it to Gustafson, Peterson for three, not good, Virginia wins. Virginia pulls off a huge upset. Virginia pulls off the huge upset, 63-60 over Barnum tonight, as they outscored the Bombers 12-9 in the overtime period. Let's recap the scoring. For Virginia, Zane Larkin finished with 16. Gavin Dahl fouled out with 8. Jalen Miskovich finished with 15 points tonight. Noah Mitchell with 10, 2 for Ryan Herbert, he fouled out. Casey Ani had 2, and Max Williams 6 points in the overtime. For Barnum, it was Gustafson finishing with 6, 8 for John Stevens, 28 for Joe Peterson, 12 for Hayden Charbonneau. No points for Matthew Barry, and Richardson finished with 6 points. The Bombers had 10 from beyond the arc, and they were 18 out of 28 from the free throw line. The Blue Devils were 5 from beyond the arc, and they finished with 10 out of 13 from the free throw line. Again, Barnum scoring 22 in the first, 29 in the second, and 9 in the overtime. Virginia with 19, 32, and 12 for the victory. With the victory, Virginia goes to 7-18 on the season. They will close out the regular season hosting Deer River on Tuesday. We'll be back here for that exciting matchup Tuesday night, 7:15 to start. Barnum, with the loss, falls to 17-6, and they will play Hinckley Finlandson on Monday night. Well, that'll do it from the Roosevelt Gym in Virginia. Hope you enjoyed our telecast tonight. For Darwin Aller on the main camera and Steve Rockla, who will be editing our game. I'm Bob Cohen, the play-by-play. Again, the final score tonight in overtime, Virginia 63 and Barnum 60. Good night, everyone.